Hello, my name is Brian Cartwright, and I want to share my tattoo story with you. I've actually got a lot of tattoos. I've got a side panel, I've got a leg that's almost done, I've got small pieces all over my body. What's funny about that is that when people meet me and they find out I have tattoos, the reaction is generally the same. They'll say things like, "What, you? I would have never figured you had tattoos." And I think that stems from a few things. I mean, I've got a pretty young looking face, even though I'm 32 years old. And then I also, unfortunately, work a very corporate job. So oftentimes I'm meeting people and I'm, in a dress shirt and slacks. And, maybe that's where they're getting that impression from. But anyways, I want to share the story about my favorite tattoo, which stems from my job, actually. My job had me move to Cleveland, Ohio. And I'm normally living in cities, but Cleveland's not a city you want to live in. So I changed gears a bit and I moved to the country, get some peace and quiet, get a nice sized garage, some land, a place to do some projects and really just kind of relax instead of the hustle and bustle of the city. But the house I bought had other plans for me. The very first night that I moved in and lasted about 8-10 months, I was kept wide awake all night long by a family of flying squirrels living in my attic. There were about 15 to 20 of them at any given time. I had no idea what the hell it was. In my head, it was the biggest damn animal you could imagine, not a tiny little fluffy squirrel. I'm a city guy, I had no clue. About the first week I lived here, I found the hole that they were coming in and I sealed it up, not knowing that was a stupid move because these things are nocturnal. So when they woke up and wanted to get out and their entryway was closed, they chewed a new one. We played that game for a few weeks until I finally found out that you can hire professionals. I didn't know professional trappers were real. I thought it was just something for reality shows. I've hired and fired more of them than I'd ever imagined. Finally hired the right guy. He was here about 4 times a week for a couple months, and he finally got rid of all the squirrels. Caught them humanely, released them humanely, sealed up the holes, replaced insulation, did all kinds of shit. Cost me thousands. Happy to say that after a year and a half, I'm squirrel free, and I am the proud owner of my favorite tattoo relating to the whole situation, which is a zombie squirrel on my calf muscle. Thing's pretty huge. It's very gnarly. It's getting down on some like entrails and stuff. It's pretty pretty gross for some people to look at. But the most important part about the whole tattoo is the fact that there's a banner at the bottom that says "Not in my house." For me, that's the first tattoo that has like a real backstory, a real meaning to me. It's not some sob story. I don't really get into that whole thing. I get into the whole fact that someone can create artwork and place it on me when I can't. And this is certainly a true example of that, and it's also a true example of something that means something to me. People see that and they don't know what the hell is wrong with me. They think I'm sick or something, but I've got to explain the story and tell them what's going on, and then usually it's a good conversation starter. So that's my tattoo story. I wanted to share it with you and hopefully get the opportunity to share it with more people. Thanks.